Second attempt as well, and he's going to win the free kick, but he was really brave to throw himself in there. Yellow card as well for Gondola.
Well, he has to go for the ball, both of them. You know, it's a first the blocks come in, he's just applied block and just gone through. Just, you know, as a defender, you're going to get contact, and there's a forward coming in, you're just going to go and try and block the ball. If he'd had his studs up, Keith, and put his legs straight, then I would be very concerned that the referee's not done a little bit more. But I think it's a genuine effort to try and block the ball. There's your yellow card picking up for him. I was looking down at Panama, was trying to make a change with Phillips maybe trying to come on, but that hasn't happened as yet.
Well, here we go.
There we go.
A couple of changes incoming.
I liked him. Martinez, number 6 in midfield. I thought he did a good job in the US. I thought he was tenacious in a lot of things that he did. He tried to break things up. Won't get any easier for the Canadians in midfield with him coming on.
Ball played forward for Schaffelberg.
That's a tackle as well.
Good challenge at full stretch, Giovanni Ramos. Ball played across, good header clear, only as far as the midfielder, Chonier, good hit. Schaffelberg tries to pull it back, Ahmed completely missed that one. Chance to break again for Panama. Gondola making a really good run on this far side, and this time Crepeau comes out.
But not convincing, is it? It's not a convincing clearance, you know. Whack it down the field, he just side foots it in there, but there's always a little bit of panic.
Anderson. Chonier giving it away again cheaply, and the bailed out once again by the referee's whistle.
Well, it's a cheap foul as well they give away. This is the opportunity, good technique, and just hits it cleanly. It's a good save in the end down to his right-hand side. Good little touch here, bobbles up, just dips his left shoulder, gets it on target. That's the main thing. I think that's one with the yellow card, and then the captain coming off as well. He made the mistake for the goal.
Ayala coming off, so Martinez in that midfield role. Phillips, Ricardo Phillips, who can play out wide. Again, a player that's been on the edge of the squad, so still more of a trying to give players opportunities, minutes.
I like that as a coach, though, Keith. I think, you know, in your mind as a coach, when you're international, you've got your 15, probably 17 players that you think, yeah, and then it's another 8 fighting for them another 4 or 5 spots.
Ricardo Phillips looking back. He's going to come across to this right wing, it seems like. Gondola largely ineffective in that role.
Yeah. Well, the only thing he did was pick up the yellow card.
Phillips, who plays his club football for Delfín in Ecuador.
That's one to deal with as well for the goalkeeper.
And, well, he waited. He let that go an extra bounce. We have a Canadian player down on the far side. And here come Panama. Martinez cuts back, as he so likes to do on that right foot. Good cross. Flick to Martinez. Thought he was going to go for goal. The cross into the near post, and the flick from Fajardo is intercepted. That was the best chance for Panama so far. And David gives away the free kick. They were carved open there, Canada, defensively.
Yeah, again, a little bit of vulnerability where they're pressing high up the field. They're just out of position. And a little bit of a better pass, or maybe even a run. Just this is where they're saying he got injured as he went down. That's the last thing you want to do, is see him go down, and Escobar just getting pulled down a little bit.
Another cross in, and they're on the second ball again. Indecision from Canada defensively. And Aaron back doing his defensive work.
But these are the moments, Keith, that you want. You know, can you stand up for this little bit of pressure that's coming along? Can you be organised? Can you maybe push forward?
Martinez, Phillips, he's got Anderson inside him. Instead, he goes for the return from Martinez. He's been lively since coming on the midfielder. That impressed you. Schaffelberg, a bit of daylight for him coming the other way. Change of pace. And the defending is not deemed legal. It's going to be a free kick after the foul from Giovanni Ramos.
Well, it is a foul. You've come from the side of him. You've got no reason to go into him, and I know it's in front of all the Canadian substitutes, but he's come across Ramos and just took him out.
Fair to say that's the first time we've seen Schaffelberg in that position?
Yeah, I think some of the balls have not been played to the area. I think that's when he is at his best, when he's running at people, giving the ball into space. I don't think he really wants it to feet. I think he uses his energy and his desire to go forward. He's very honest, hard work. He needs to work a little bit on his final product. Is he going to swing it in with the left foot? He likes coming back with the right foot, but a good delivery, because he looks vulnerable from set pieces as well, with crosses. And you know, with this guy, he's going to put it with one with some pace. Hopefully it's not the kiss of death, with a bit of quality as well.
Yeah, better angle here, a little bit closer. It's like a hockey Sean corner. Chonier towards the far post. They won the first one. I think it was Laren who got his head to it. The knees clearing. Just wasn't clean with the touch. And Martinez is going to be whistled for the foul. Richie Larrea really hasn't got forward as well from right back.
Well, we've not had the time. I mean, there's an obvious foul by Martinez coming on, but the time the ball goes forward as a fullback, I'm looking at him as a fullback, it's coming straight back at me. So you, in the end, Keith, you don't want to go forward because you know it's going to come back. It's been too much end-to-end. Neither team have had enough possession to say, I can keep bombing forward.
Clearance up in the air, and defensively they can be difficult to deal with.
Let's deal with that.
Davis just taking no chances, and he turns around in a bit of an inquest with his teammates. Not happy with it. Going to see a couple of changes coming. Miller's coming on. Osorio, yeah, plays his club football here as well.
A bit of a legend in this part of the world. Over 300 games he's played for the club here.
Lee Miller, he plays at Club City right now. He'll bring energy to the side. Cleared by Ahmed. He might be one of the candidates to come off. Gets up in the air. That was rash from him defensively.
Can't turn you back on the ball. It's a little bit desperate at the end for Canada, and I don't mind this. I think as a coach for Jesse, he'll find out about his team now. We're a little bit of a different period of the game. It's a bit too stretched at the moment, and this is where I think he just used his substitution just to slow it down a little bit.
And Chonier is going to come off in the middle of midfield. Schaffelberg as well. Thoughts on those moves?
Surprised with that one. Schaffelberg not so much. You spoke about it. It's the first time we've seen him have some space in behind. Osorio, you know you're going to get composure on the ball, understanding of the moment, and with Miller you're going to get that energy from the 25-year-old, as you said, started off at Liverpool, had some time at Hull as well.
An interesting journey, right?
Yeah.
Liverpool, Kilmarnock, Basel, Preston. Some good cities in there, some lesser.
In a good city now, anyway. My mum's from Hull, so be careful.
Oh, yeah, I'll leave it. Throw in towards Fahana. They've got a touch to it, and it's out of play for the goal kick. Just on Osorio, he's had a difficult season at the club level. Toronto missing out on their final day. They don't play in decision day this year in MLS, so he knows his MLS season is done.
Yeah, it's a shame as well, because it's a fantastic area, big club. There was a lot of changes that need to be done. Oof, just throwing his arm up there.
Again, they attempt that ball in behind for Laren. Osorio. Davies.
I think with him playing there as well, it gives Davies more time to push forward, where Schaffelberg wants to run forward, so there's no space for him to go into. That's why we haven't seen him go forward. Now with Miller inside, he may come inside to allow him to do what he does best, is keep going up and down. Because when you've got someone in front of you who's quick and wants the ball in front, there's no space for him to go.
Good pressure that time from Canada. Much more coordinated.
He's changed his mind 3 times though. The moment's gone. He should have threw it earlier, and now
Then he leaves it for Alphonso Davies. I mentioned Herdman did play him a little bit higher at times, Alphonso Davies. I wonder if that's in the mind for Jesse Marsch at some stage.
I wouldn't, Keith. I think he's one of the best left-backs. You know, whether he's going to be at Real Madrid, which he's been linked with, he's already at Bayern Munich. Manchester United have been spoken about him as well. I think when everything's in front of him, that's when he can see it all, and he can bomb forward. As I said, it's sometimes with the personnel that's in front of you.
23 years of age, 5 Bundesliga titles already. Club World Cup, Champions League. Fajardo coming the other way, Fajardo in, and he scored! Canada caught flat-footed, and Fajardo with a sensational finish to bring Panama level.
Well, it's an exquisite finish, and we're talking about Alphonso Davies being a good player going forward, but maybe the positional sense there of letting him get in front of you. As a fullback, you should never let him get goal side. But once he gets in there, you see what it means to the players as well. You know, you're talking about a team that they've struggled against the US in certain periods, but just watch here as he goes in. He should be tucking in a bit more so he knows he's the wrong side, and once he gets in there, it's an excellent finish.
Superb goal.
Little dink.
He got the winner against the US in Copa America, and that one just sublime. The first shot on goal of the evening.
Well, hopefully they show another angle, because if he goes in, or even if he tells his partner to open his body up, you can see the run, but because they don't, there's so much out of sorts, Canada, when they give the ball and turn the ball over. They're the moments that Jesse Marsch spoke about, is that transition. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be 50 yards away from goal. Transition can be closer to you.
And the yellow card produced, and a non-fuss for Fajardo about that yellow card.
That's one rule I think we got, you know, to score a goal for your country.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah.
I understand if you start taking not just your shirt off a bit more, but that warrants the same as some, you know,
a bad challenge.
Bad challenge, 2-footed challenge, whatever, you know.
And what a moment, and I don't want to say it's been coming, because Panama haven't created.
No, you're absolutely right. That was one of the things I was going to say. It was there. You could see there was a possibility that it was going to happen.
And maybe out of all of those big games we talked about, this one of the very few where Jesse Marsch's side have come in as the favourites, as expected protagonists, and hasn't worked out as of yet. Eustachio from distance, right down the throat of Mosquera.
Never really opened his body up. Mosquera always was in control of that, because he drove forward again, anticipate the ball very well. They closed down. I think he can still keep driving. He never really wanted to hit. He never got it out of his feet early enough. He's a talented player.
It just hasn't clicked in terms of midfield to final third for Canada.
They've matched up though, you know, great. They've actually matched up and said, go on then, play, we'll go man for man and see how good you are. And
Miller making a really good run. Laren's cross is intercepted. Second opportunity is cleared as well.
Well, Miller wanted it earlier. He was on about 2 seconds beforehand.
Lanise Martinez receiving that one from Godoy. They're full of confidence now, Panama as well.
Now we've got a game.
Anderson. Yeah, I'm with you. I thought it was on a little bit earlier, but Ramos did well. Ahmed. You know, the competitiveness of Jesse Marsch. He said, I mentioned some of his earlier comments, he said, we want to be the aggressor in every home game we play. We want to be on the front foot. These are the kind of games they have to win. Currently tied. Miller. Miller trying to get in behind. Can he keep this one in play? It runs just out.
Good idea, though. Little nutmeg on the edge of the box, but just a little bit too heavy. I thought it was a nutmeg. He pulled his leg away. But it's okay, be the aggressor, but you can't do it all the time. You can't, as I said, there's moments now in this game for the last 10 minutes. People are being aggressive to them. They've closed them down. They've put them under pressure. They've got him in the wrong angles.
Fajardo's going to come off. Tomas Rodriguez, I think it was, on the sideline. Managa's striker, plays his club football in Venezuela. That's a really good finish, though.
And it's a great little first touch as well, just to get it out of his feet. He lets the ball do the work, but it's just behind him, and he just eases that across.
And another man coming on is Coco Carrasquilla.
Yeah, one of my favourites. He can keep the ball for fun as well. I think as well, another positive move. You know, it's not a move where they're saying, well, we're going to close up and see this game out with, what, 17 and probably a few more minutes added on. At the moment, it's Panama that are looking more the aggressors and more energetic in their play.
We head towards the final 15. How important is it, Warren, for Jesse Marsch to get a win in his first game on home soil?
I was going to go with the line, it's vital, because I think first impressions are so important, at sports, because you never get that chance again, and I think he'd want to do that. Is it vital to his progression as a coach for the... No, but I just think as a person who's got a lot of pride about what he wants to do and give it to his players, I would say it's a must-win.
Alphonso Davies skips away from that challenge. Miller on his right foot, and Mosquera at full stretch with the save. Good play initially from Alphonso Davies to find Miller.
Well, that's what you want from your captain, drive forward. That's why you're one of the best in the world as a left-back, driving forward, taking people on, letting opportunities come for your teammates.
He got away with one initially, Davies, where it ricocheted back to him, but after that it was really positive. But
he's so strong and elegant in the way he plays, and you know, I remember seeing him at the new camp and how he destroyed a lot of players there. And you can do that against that, like, you got a chance.
Eustachio, the header over from Bombito.
Yeah, always going over, going away from it. But again, good delivery, at least someone's attacking the ball. They didn't do that in the first half, probably had better deliveries and was going across the 6-yard box. This time it's going away from the goal, so it's a hard header to try and get on there. But see Lowry just maybe sniffing for that one at the far post, just the bottom of your screen. He's trying to hope that it maybe comes in there. But he's really impressed me. And again, another two good subs coming on.
Yeah, really good ones. Michael Murillo and Carrasquilla. Murillo, we know about his quality.
Yeah, I thought
in wide areas
a bit earlier.
Another former Red Bulls man. Carrasquilla will come on in the middle of midfield.
Sorry, but
Maniz and Anibal Godoy, the players replaced. So a little bit of energy as well from Carrasquilla. We've seen him play as a number 10 at times for Houston Dynamo. Can be more advanced.
Yeah, speaking of Ben Olsen about him, he's been delighted whether he's played him, had to play him as a 6. Hector Herrera being injured, and he's had to go in there and play a little bit deeper. He's quite able to do that, but going forward, I'd love to see him have a few more shots. I think his willingness to pass and be an assist overtakes the greediness to be a midfield player that can score goals.
Murillo stepping out. It's going to be a good battle now with him and Alphonso Davies.
And that's why I think they brought him on, just to try and match up with him.
Miller.
So I'm saying with Miller, Miller will drive in, will leave the space now.
He's come back out wide to get this one. Wraps his right foot around it, couldn't wrap it, or left foot around it. Takes a deflection. Will be a corner. He has been lively with his movement, hasn't he, Miller?
Yeah, he's been creative. You know, we said, we'll come back.
Osorio, again, that final ball lacking. Here's Miller, the man we just spoke about. Back for Osorio, good skill from him. And now Carrasquilla coming the other way. Carrasquilla goes down, free kick. And he's asking for a yellow on Larrea.
It could have quite easily been. There's people getting tackled. You touched on the point, Keith. We've never really seen him in the opposition final third because he's had to defend so much, and there was another instinct of how quick Panama break. It's a poor pass at the edge of the box, then the first thing they want to do is try and penetrate in the final third. I thoroughly enjoyed the game. You know, it's been end to end. You could say maybe there's been a lot of fouls. It's been, but I think you've seen two teams that want to win, that want to be aggressive, want to go out and win, not trying to play their way and see what happens. And
they play out there again. That was really skilled from Escobar.
that one won't.
No. And now again Miller with space. Davis on that inside channel. Miller pulls it back to the edge of the penalty area. Eustachio.
Keep it moving.
Osorio. David. Trying to get it down and get it under control. But it's good defensive play from Carlos Harvey.
Yeah, little thumbs up as well. Just kept the ball alive. But definitely having a lot more joy, Canada on this left-hand side.
I see a couple of changes here. Theo Bair's going to come on for Kyle Larin, the man who got the opening goal. Thoughts on his performance?
Yeah, been good. And I think he's held the ball up well. Took his goal very, very well as well. And that young man just keeps getting better and better. I remember when they first come onto the scene, I wasn't sure if it was just the little flicks and the touches, but his all-round game has improved.
Nathan Saliba also coming on, the 20-year-old Montreal midfielder. Good play from Davis on the wrong side for him. Cross, cleared. And the foul on Thomas Rodriguez as he was coming back for the ball.
Same player again, got away with a card this time as well. And Harvey trying to take a quick one and it just get blocked off.
Theo Bair, who plays his club football in Auxerre, former Vancouver man. A couple of spells in Scotland as well. Bombito again showing his ability to cover ground. Although, did he stop the corner? No, he didn't. He might have stopped the corner to throw in at the very least.
But again, Keith just reads the game well, does his job, gets back into position, gets organised. You know, we get caught up. Yes, he can play. Yes, he can pass the ball. But he's not. That's not his first fault. His first fault is, can I defend? Can I keep a clean sheet? Then you can add to that. I think we get caught up too much and saying, well, can people play? And, you know, how many yards you run and all that business. Can you defend?
Attempted ball played in behind for Bair. Again, good cover defensively by Carlos Harvey. He's really fit into that back three.
They've got some depth in this team, by the way.
Phillips. Was he fouled by Bombito? Referee says no. Doesn't make him feel any better right now. It was a strong challenge.
He just puts his body there. I'm his agent at the moment, the way I'm looking at him. That's good. Only 24 years of age. But it's not, I mean, is that a one in the face? It's not. He just elevates his arm across. It's not. Don't help him up, just leave him down there. I mean, she's absolutely right, the referee.
Sometimes players just want to be seen.
You said it, not me.
Well, exercise going very well for Thomas Christensen. Strong applause for Jesse Marsh. I think more to G his players up than anything else right now. Do they have the energy to go on and win this game?
Well, they should have. They've made enough changes now. He's took some of the bigger names out, put some young players on, took some players that have got experience. So, you know, there's a game there for the taking for both teams.
Good read again defensively by Ramos. Davies runs into three. They were not going to let him get by.
Yeah, if he can get a chance, Davies, if he can push forward and get a chance, quite easy fall to him.
Escobar, Christian Martinez had a couple of runs at MLS that didn't quite work out. Murillo. Anderson. Ball back through Ramos. Escobar, much more structured back three now for Panama.
Well, they've inserted themselves on the game. He's higher up the field as well.
Every 10 minutes he's gone 5 yards further forward. Started out left back. Have they done enough to go win this game?
Canada?
To deserve to win this game?
No, I don't think they have. But you don't always get what you deserve sometimes, you know.
Murillo winning this one back. Murillo still trying to go forward and it's been oh so scrappy I think that's going to be the theme after the game in terms of just a lack of quality from both sides on the ball.
But I don't think Panama have as well. Once look here and say, oh, Panama have played him off the field, they've had more chances, they've been better organised. I think it's been a real battle. I think you've had two groups of players that have gone toe-to-toe. Yes, we could pick faults out in certain areas, but I think by and large it's been a game that both coaches will get a lot out of it. They understand, they look at their players in the eye the next day and say, listen, you had a good go, and I've now got to make some decisions whether you're going to be part of this group or not.
That one's a cheap giveaway, and a chance to come forward here for Saliba. Ahmed, David, cross in, Bear with the header! Good save.
Just couldn't get the power because it was looped up. He just couldn't. He was backpedaling. The young player just backing off. Just watch him here at the top of the screen. He just doesn't pull out enough to come and attack it. And in the end, he's just trying to loop that into the corner. Because there's not a lot of power on the ball as well, he's trying to generate all the power from his body movement. But because he's backpedaling, it's hard to push off of that back foot to get it in that corner.
Picked up a really good position.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, delicate little ball. That was...
And it had to be that type of ball because there was people in front.
And the space now in behind for Rodriguez, the substitute, up against Bombito, who again does really well and celebrates. He's been one of the stars of the show tonight.
Yeah. I think if he was Italian, everybody would be saying that's how you defend, that's how you're supposed to do it.
And the fans chanting his name.
Yeah,
there you go.
They gravitate towards that. They love seeing someone that wears their heart on their sleeve. He's a good player. There'll be a lot of people looking at him afterwards, and yes, he's at a good environment at the moment, but was he 24 years of age, been through Colorado, and now he's playing on international soccer.
Ball pulled back. They'll chip in behind. They've been caught a little bit here. The cross towards the far post, the flag goes up. Barcinez thought he was onside. It was a clever little routine that didn't quite come off.
There's no doubt that he's behind it as well.
As we talk about Canada, Warren, for Panama, the gamble has paid off, hasn't it? Giving some fringe players minutes here and been really competitive with that.
Yeah, and exactly what, as a coach, Thomas Christensen would have wanted. The players that I've thrown in, how are you going to react? Are you going to go out there and just go through the motions because you didn't play against the US, or are you going to give me something to think about? And that's what they've done. And they knew the wave was coming, the first, because Jesse Martin said it in his press conference. He said it beforehand. We're going to go on the front foot. We're going to put you under pressure. If it wasn't for that individual mistake in the first half, it would have been 0-0, and then you start to wonder. But second half, they've really shown their quality, and as I said, Keith, we've seen Panama players enough for over the years to know that they've got some good players, and it's not a walk in the park.
Carrasquilla, that one left short.
That wasn't one of the throw-ins you want to take.
Yeah, he did not want that ball at all.
I don't think he meant to throw it either. This is the thing, Keith, you said it rightly as well. Another thing is, like, you're expected to win this game. Have you got an answer to win it?
We'll see the answer right now, and it was a tame effort from distance, as you saw. David and Davies both yeah, they both wanted it from Osorio. This is his home stadium. He's a cult figure here.
Yeah, as I said, a big part of what they're trying to do next season, you would think. And there'll be a lot of changes at this club.
Good play from David. Miller making a run in behind. Cross back to David. What a goal! Pure class from Jonathan David. Miller played the ball back into his path, and he's got what looks like a late winner here for Jesse Marsh on his home debut.
Yeah, it's a brilliant goal. Straight off of what they've worked on. The press, incisive, ball early, brave with your run. It's a good finish.
Lauren got goal number 30 earlier on. Now David joins him on 30 international goals.
But again, win the ball, he starts it, plays it out wide, and he keeps running. No one comes across, good desire. It's a wonderful finish again. Like the first one, let the ball do the work. runs across his body. Open your body up, put it in the far corner. Well, they were celebrating Thanksgiving yesterday, the Canadians. They're celebrating again.
And he's a man who's